The biggest influencer in my life are, I think, my parents. They are the biggest influencer because since I was born, they are the people who take care of me, and they have a big influence in my life. Especially my mom, she always tell me to go to school, um, and she always taught me to be a good person. She always taught me the importance of education. That's why I think the biggest influencer in my life is my mother. The second influencer in my life is my dad. Even though like he did not directly influence it, even though he did not have any direct influence on me, I think he has done a great deal for me. He worked very hard. He provided for our family, and he always tried the best he can to support our families in terms of providing um, economic resources for the family, as, as well as taking care of the families. And the last influencer in my life, I think, it is my experience itself is my influencer. Because if I look back in my past, I went through a lot of things. Like I have to live in the refugee camp for 10 years, and I have to live in the jungle for 3 months when I was 7 years old. So a lot of these things motivate me to get a good education when I came to this country. That's why it's like a motivator or an influencer for me to push harder and get a good education in this country. And also, first of all, I think that language is a part of a person's identity. For example, if someone loses his or her native language, part of their identity is lost. In other words, they will not have a complete understanding of their traditions or their cultures. It is very important that the current student maintain their language because it would help them to better understand their culture and embrace their cultural heritage or traditional values. I think by having our current student maintaining their native language, we would raise a generation of bilingual students. They will be fluent in both language, which is Korean and English, and it would help them when they apply for a job because a lot of jobs that they'll be applying to, they require multiple languages, and it'll be a good thing for them to have two languages at the same time as their credential because it would help them to to secure the job that they want. And also, I think students who are fluent in their native language, they are more likely to learn English faster and easier than other students because they would have more resources in their language. For example, dictionaries, and when they didn't understand English or when they didn't understand a word, they can look up in the dictionary and see the definition of that word. So it would help them expedite their learning process. I think everyone has a different opinions why education is important. I personally think that education is very important because it is the most powerful tool that can change the life of any person. Um, for example, education can change the standard of living for any person by increasing his jobs opportunity or his job opportunities. In other words, their education can improve their economic well-beings. Another reason education is very important because, as you can see, people who are educated they tend to be more self-sufficient, they tend to be more self-dependent, and they tend to be more self-confident when they are doing something. So it is very important for our current student to learn education when they are given in school, and it is important that they get this opportunity when they come to this country because their parents didn't have the opportunity to get education back home. And another reason why education is important because it can help increase our understanding of our surrounding in the community, or it can help increase our understanding of the outside world. As a lot of people, or the majority of the Korean families who came to the United States, they did not know how to speak English. So when they came here, they have a lot of issues or challenges that they encounter in this country. So I think that if they have the education, they would their understanding of the outside world would probably be better, because education would help them, because they didn't have education. They have many challenges when they came here, and therefore a lot of these families who came to the United States, they have a goal for their children to get a good education in this country.